What do you think's going on over there?
Dude, so you know why a lot of Guatemalan people hang out at the park? And this is like not racist.
Because there's some over there right now.
Yeah, well, Guatemalan and like El Salvadorian people. I read this book called Everyone Who Is Gone Is Here. What happens is like when a lot of people first emigrated to America, right? They didn't know any of the landmarks or anything. So like they would just hear through word of mouth, like come to MacArthur Park or come to XYZ Park. And then like eventually they would go find some other people that also spoke Spanish and were also like, you know, migrants. And then that was the meeting point to help them like, you know, figure out housing and all that other stuff. So I think it's now just kind of like a cultural thing where people just kind of come and hang out at the park too.
It's pretty cool. Where do you think the Irish people went when they first came to America?
Probably a McDonald's. Hey, what's up, everybody? Station identification. It's me. It's Big Al's Grill ASMR. It is episode 18, I believe. I'm with one of my good friends, old friend, Cillian Dunne, writer, author, and stinky Irishman.
Yep.
We actually used to, we lived together for a little while here in California a couple weeks ago. Or no, how long was that? It was like
that ended 10 months ago.
10 months ago,
yeah,
dude. Wow.
That's when it ended.
It was wild. We were all just sleeping in a refurbished office space.
Yep.
It was fucking sick, but at the same time, like, the worst time ever.
It was worth it.
It was totally worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it. Bro, Alec's room, your room, was pretty deplorable, though.
My room, well, it wasn't, like, deplorable gross.
No, the size of it was deplorable.
Yeah, I lived in a shoebox.
Yeah, it was a closet. It actually was like a closet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I love bringing girls home and being like, yeah, you want to come back and fuck on my twin bed? That's what I did. I had sex on a twin bed. Do you know what it's like being like, you know, because you usually do the move with a girl where like you're on the side, you're standing up on the side of the bed, and then you like can just go missionary from there. But then like her other half is just, grabbing onto something.
Just hanging off.
Yeah, just hanging off. Never had that. I should have just gotten a bunk bed and been like, he's like, do you have other roommates? I'm like, yeah, but they're gone for the weekend.
A bunk bed in that room would have been nuts.
That would have been hilarious, though.
The top bunk might have almost touched the ceiling, no? Like, the guy in the top bunk might have been sleeping with his nose to the ceiling.
That's pretty fun. You slept in a top bunk growing up, didn't you?
No.
Oh.
Do I give top bunk vibes?
Yeah, kind of.
Do I?
You give top bunk little brother vibes, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm big brother.
Bottom bunk.
No bunk.
Your big brother slept in a big cupboard. Yeah. So every morning, your mom would open up a cupboard and say, time for school.
That's exactly how life is like in Ireland.
Dude, you always talk about Ireland, like Ireland this, Ireland that. Like, hey, guess what? Gives a fuck.
That's fair. You do have a decent fan base in Ireland, though.
Of course I do. They're my boys. Yeah. They understand I support the struggle. There will be no free Ireland until there's unity.
Yep.
I say that here and there. Free Palestine, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know how it is, baby. Ow!
Kneecap.
Yeah, shout out to Kneecap. I just slapped my own kneecap.
Yeah.
No, it's good to be here, man. I haven't seen you in a while. When we were living together, it was so nice to like bounce ideas off each other. We and Cillian are like working on this script right now about the Boston Bison, our team, my hockey team that went and played the best amateur hockey team in the country last year, and now we're trying to go back. I talked to Kyle yesterday too. I think he's gonna give us like a budget and just figure out who, because he's already got a guy in mind who thinks he could like film for us.
Nice.
So it would just be like reality TV kind of.
Yeah.
But you know, keep a lookout for Becoming Bison, everybody, on your socials. Dude, it is good to see you.
Good to see you.
It feels
too.
crazy. So, how many ballots did you illegally cast in the election?
Well, in California, no, none. I
None?
didn't vote.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I can.
You can? Oh yeah, you're a dual
US
citizen. Yeah, you're a U.S. citizen.
I was born in Boston.
We got to get rid of that, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Here's what I think. All right, if you want to talk about immigration policy in this country, don't let the Irish in. The Australians, that's a case-by-case basis. Anyone from Boston who moves to San Diego, they got to go back.
Fair.
And that's it. That's all my only take.
Okay. Well,
everybody from Central America, they're pretty hardworking, industrious people. They're looking for a better life. Mm-hmm. You Irish, you've been fleeing the island since 1920.
Yeah. Well, listen, we have a struggle, like you said, right?
Yeah, struggle reading.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're good for the country.
Yeah.
I think people like having Irish people in America.
Yeah, dude, they do. I mean, it's the most non-threatening of all the whites.
We're like the one country where people are like if someone's like really anti-immigrant, if you say like you're an Irish immigrant, I feel like they're kind of like, you're all right. No?
Isn't that how fucked it is? Yeah, it's like Irish and Australians.
Irish, Australian, like maybe English.
Italians. Yeah, it's just any white people.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you...
Now that we say
wow, what a hot take.
Yeah.
White people accepted in America. Breaking news. You were just in Panama, dude. They probably looked at you like, what the hell is this gringo doing here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're in Panama. I believe you are... The topic of your book is you're discussing... Am I allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, like a little bit.
Okay, so he is right now in Panama, or he was in Panama covering... What was the guy's name?
It's Manuel Noriega.
Manuel Noriega. And if you don't know, he was the guy on season 2 of The Bear who delivered the... No. Who was he?
He was the dictator of Panama from...
And that's a loose term, dictator.
Yeah, we'll call him a de facto leader.
A de facto leader is a good one. Is that on the cover?
It's in the book.
De facto leader.
De facto leader.
De facto girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing. I'm going to start using de facto.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, what are you going to say? I have a de facto...
I need a de facto girlfriend.
De facto girlfriend, de facto gay lover. Whatever. Hey, it's all hearsay. It's my I'm in de facto debt.
Just anytime you don't want to fully commit to something,
yeah,
you're de facto.
De facto. How's that? Yeah, de facto's the cereal that actually has nothing inside of it. I don't even think I know what that word means. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He was just like, he was the military general, and he forced his way in to becoming the leader of the country. It was like the country still had a president, but he was the leader of the military, and the military sort of overthrew the country.
Okay.
So from 83 to 89, he was like the leader of Panama. And then the book is like...
We gotta stop.
Oh, yeah.
Every comedian likes to make that joke when they hear a ambulance going by. Oh, there's my Uber.
Have you ever made that joke?
Of course I have. I'm a hack. I'm such a hack, dude.
Did it kill?
Kills every time. They go, wait a minute, that's an ambulance. What the heck? Cillian, sorry. I'm going to also be honest with you. You're the first person I've talked to all day.
Are you? You were actually the first person I've talked to all day as well. And I took Adderall today, so this is kind of like out of my comfort zone kind of thing. I've been staring at my computer screen for like 8 hours today, and...
Bro, this is the problem when people work from home.
Yeah.
Work from home is just like you are just glued to a project for 6 hours, and then you'll just go out to like pick up dinner or like something else. The first person you talk to, you're like, I saw a bird on my window, and I also think that fucking what the hell, the election, and you're like,
yeah,
you're just like, I've had all these thoughts and I haven't been able to process them whatsoever.
Yeah, you drive yourself crazy, honestly, working from home sometimes.
We just talking about theories. It's all right. Let's see what's going on. So we're gonna grill up some burgers today. Everyone in the comments says like, "Hey, you gotta get a grill cam." I'm like, "Hey, how about shut up? I don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is rub my grill. All I gotta do is rub my grill." It's fun.
Yeah.
How often do you like clean your room?
My room?
Yeah.
I clean my room, it's like a crisis mode every time I clean my room. So it's like, my room is never super messy, but it's like, one day I'll wake up and I'll be like, okay, today's not gonna be a good day. How am I gonna alleviate this? I gotta get on top of my life, and I'll like clean my room, and I'll just do like a bunch of chores I've been putting off.
Right.
So it's like a crisis mode kind of thing.
Cleaning around the house feels like you're cleaning out your brain.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It feels really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels. I did it today.
Dude, maybe that's what our moms were getting onto the whole time. They
Yeah.
just couldn't explain it to us as a 7-year-old, being like, no, this is actually really good for your anxiety.
Yeah.
They're just like, do it!
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Have you ever heard that book? People talk about this book like Make Your Bed. You ever?
Yeah, I
Like
mean, it
that
can't be
book,
that
like,
long.
make
What
your
is it,
bed.
just put the covers on top?
Yeah. It's like you, if you want to like have a good day or like a productive day, you gotta like make your bed first thing in the morning.
That's what I journal every morning and then make my bed, and then usually end up, once I take a dump, I'm like, it's over. Day's over, crushed it.
Pretty much. Time to go back to sleep.
Time to go back
Yeah.
to sleep, dude. Yeah, I've been having weird dreams lately. You have any weird dreams?
I don't really remember my dreams.
No, you don't?
No, I smoke weed.
This is a Christian podcast. We're going to have to edit that out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're on the John Crist. Like, have you heard of John Crist, the comedian? Okay, so we're on the Jim Gaffigan podcast network, and he doesn't allow any weed talk, so we're going to have to cut all this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there are things that I do in my lifestyle that don't.
We
let me
also don't
dream.
allow any gay talk. No gay talk.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about dreams.
Let's talk about dreams. Guys, this is strictly dreams, dream catching, creating dream catchers. Dude, I'm creating a rug right now out of climbing rope. Very
No way.
excited about it, yeah.
You actually were talking about that when you first moved into the apartment
And
a
then
year
I
and
did
a half
it.
ago.
I did it. I did
No
one.
way.
I made one. It's in my bathroom right now. And I just got two brand new ropes. And not brand new ones, but I washed them. And now with hot glue, I'm going to create like a really big rug for our living room. I'm like, dude, I love crafting. Guy
No
like
way.
me, city like this, send me to Michael's, dude. Watch me just absolutely own some people.
How does that work?
Just
Like,
grab some fucking attendant by the balls and say, hey, where are the hot glue guns?
how do you do that with the rope? Like, is it kind of like knitting where you're like doing loops and stuff?
You
or-
can, so you can do that and create sort of like a fisherman's knot sort of thing, but that
Okay.
creates like a really thick rope.
Uh-huh.
That's something that you might want if you're like standing for a long period of time.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe that's a kitchen mat or like a
Oh.
mud. Like, did you have a mud room growing up?
No, what's that?
You don't have a mud room? That's
What
like
is
the
that?
room in between, like the small corridor, or like the room in between the door and the rest of the house.
Oh, yeah, we did have one of
Like a
those.
mud
in our
room.
house. Yeah.
You have like an area where you're like, this is where I'm fucking putting my hockey sticks, my
Yeah.
boots, jackets, blah, blah, blah.
All of the shit that like either stinks or is dirty, you keep it in that room.
That's the
right?
mud room.
Yeah, we did have one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We didn't have.
Well, I
a
know
name.
it's Ireland, so they probably just called it room.
We called it the living room.
Yeah, they called it living room.
No, we had one. We had
Yeah.
one. Yeah, we had one. Yeah.
They called it the less clean room.
Just the room.
Yeah, the room.
That's where everybody did everything. Yeah.
Everybody did everything, yeah. It's like, I take off my boots, fucking hang up my dirty gloves, and right next to me, Mom's cooking potatoes.
So I climb into bed and watch the
So I
TV.
climb, and I climb right in bed.
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like everybody just.
Bro,
is there.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's such a fucking hilarious. I keep thinking about like James and the Giant Peach, man, because like I learned that pumpkins they can grow forever. Like we don't know how big pumpkins can get to.
Really?
We have no idea. Science has no idea the limit of which pumpkins can grow to.
Huh? Does
like-
anybody like put it to the test?
You're looking at the guy who might just
Really?
just
Yeah.
fuck around
That's a lifelong
and
endeavor.
live in a pumpkin.
Well, what does this have to do with
Started as
peaches?
a studio, ended up with a 3-bedroom. Because James lived in a giant peach,
You did, yeah.
and I'm gonna venture enough to live in a pumpkin.
Alec in the constantly growing pumpkin.
Yeah, Alec and the boys living in the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Every time I leave my house, I'm just covered in mush.
And seeds.
Yeah, seeds and mush.
yeah.
The seeds are this big. Just
Yeah.
like keep them in my car. Like I got a little snack. Yeah, I'm gonna.
All of your Christmas gifts are like pumpkin seeds. It's like, hey, you do the right stuff. Like, you could be just like me.
Yeah, so much squash strands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to write, but I've been melting into. I've just got one big candle right in the middle. That's my furnace. One big candle. That's how I live, man.
Yeah.
You know, like you call up your buddy when you're at their house and you're like, hey, man, I'm here. I'd be like, yeah, you got to come in through the top.
Just lift, just open it up.
You got to come in through the top. the top of the pumpkin. What about, can I come in through the eye? No, not the eye, dude. We just got the eye fixed. All right, let's put the burger on. I'm hungry, man. I'm glad you got these burgies.
Yeah, me too. It's my first meal all day.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like I said, I took Adderall today. So I've been starving myself.
Just for these?
No. I was like doing work and stuff and drinking coffee. I just wasn't hungry. But you know how that is.
I do know how that is. Well, I've been off the Addy, dude. I don't think that's good for. I know it's not good, but it's like I guess people just kind of need.
It's a solid grill.
It is a solid.
It is a solid.
Thank you
grill.
for acknowledging that.
Yeah. I feel like nobody else has admired the grill. Just the food.
They haven't.
Yeah. You're more than food.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, no problem. Well, Kill's great. I mean, what I love living with you is like I would always see you getting up and working and writing. And you had just released your novel, Dreams in Incarceration, which was cool. That was a good book.
Thanks.
So if you don't know, Cillian's book, Dreams in Incarceration, was based on a true story novel about this man, David Spivey, he was a pedophile?
No, he was a Crip.
He's a Crip
Like,
and a
he was like-
pedophile.
No.
That's a big sentence.
No.
folks.
Hey, you're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Hey. That's also getting cut. Sorry, Jim Gaffigan.
Nah, he was a Crip who murdered someone when he was a teenager. Yeah.
And then so it talks about his life in prison. It's just very funny, like Cillian then, this life of a young Irish lad, then depicting South Central LA gang violence. He did it very well, but it was just very.
Yeah.
It's funny listening to you be like, say, I just think of you sitting there just being like, so what kind of shank did you use? Did you make it out of like a toothbrush or?
That's exactly what I did. Yeah. I was like, I've never felt so white in my entire life. I was like on the phone with him, sort of like midway through the interviews, and I was asking him all these questions about like gang culture and stuff. So then I was like, listen, Dave, I was like, I just want to be pretty upfront and be like, I'm from Ireland, like 3,000 miles or 6,000 miles away. Super white, like I know nothing about your life. I know nothing about gang life whatsoever. He's like, how do you feel about all this? And he goes, man, I'm not gonna lie. If I'd have seen you on the street, I'd think, man, that's one punk ass motherfucker. But he's like, but we're cool now, we're cool. And that was the moment that we started like kind of becoming friends.
He didn't realize like the entire time you were talking that you had an Irish accent. That's even funnier to me. He's like, man, this guy's from a weird part of America.
Nah, he knew, but he was like, he only knew one thing about Ireland, and it was kind of false.
He's like, what are the odds I'm talking to the one black guy in Ireland?
Yeah. No, he goes, oh man, he's like, I thought all Irish dudes were racist, and I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, man, that's just what I thought, and that was like kind of pinning the conversation right there, like.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about this today because of like all the political turmoil going on, like. I think lawmakers, when it comes to abortion rights and women's right to choose, like they don't take into factor like how long people now have to travel to get abortion care. Could you imagine like if I knocked you up and then I had to drive you like 9 hours to like the next city? Like that's the worst road trip of all time.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Just my golden retriever energy, just being like, what are you thinking about? Oh, the abortion? Yeah. Thought you weren't really vibing with the tunes.
Would you would play music on the whole 9 hours?
I would try to I'd be like, listen, I know this is hard, but I really think we'll regret it the rest of our lives if we don't stop and see the world's largest ball of twine.
Yeah, so you're stopping and seeing the
I
signs
gotta
on the
stop
way.
and be like, yeah.
What music do you play on an abortion road trip?
Dude, that's a really good question. I think it's got to be a lot of like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah. Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I feel like a woman in America.
That's good. Yeah.
That's pretty good, Shania
Yeah.
Twain.
Uh-huh.
Oh, more ambulance.
Yeah. There are always this many kids here.
There's a lot of kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually it'll just be the soccer practice is going on. You'll see dogs in the background.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just come to the park and just toy around with the soccer ball, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Let's check on these burgies, shall we? Ooh, there we go.
Look at the char.
That's a greasy burgie, huh?
That's a nice burger. Oh, you're bunning them already?
I think you got it. I only go one flip.
Do you really?
Only one flip, yeah. I mean, what do you guys usually grill in Ireland? Like, what's the thing that is it regular grill stuff? Or?
It's all the same stuff, but it just like tastes a little bit worse. Like we do burgers and all that, but like I think it tastes a little bit worse.
That's when you wish you had the chemicals?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any steroids in our meat.
Yeah. You hear
terrible.
that, RFK Jr.?
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
I want my steroids in my meat.
Bring them back.
Don't take them away.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You heard it here from a guy who lived in the EU. It doesn't taste as good.
No, it tastes terrible.
Yeah. All right, I don't want to look like this fucking emaciated Irishman.
No, he doesn't want that.
I don't want that. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. You just stay up here because these are almost done. Yeah, I've been thinking about that abortion thing all day.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just like a crazy scenario to me, like how much that would suck.
Yeah.
Just to like just a guy like me, a random dude, just knocked you up and he's like, yeah, I'll drive you.
Yeah. Well,
Then you just got to drive with this guy like 12 hours, 24 hours.
that is tough.
And he's like, so, like, maybe we should get to know each other. And she's like, no.
At that stage, would you not just, just
She'd probably be like, you know what? This is totally not even worth it. I'm just going to have
Just
this
have the
baby.
kid, yeah.
Yeah.
that sounds terrible.
I'd rather
Yeah.
legit have this
Then
baby.
a 12-hour road trip with some fella that you don't like. Like, some fella that not only you don't like, but you regret meeting.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Like,
This is he's like, oh, I'd rather die of septic shock having this baby.
if you could go back in time, you just wouldn't meet this guy. And now you have to have his kid. Sounds terrible.
I truly feel bad
Yeah.
for women in this country, dude. It's like draconian.
Yeah. It's pretty
It's
fucked.
dude, straight up
Yeah.
Draco Malfoy laws.
Yeah. It is pretty mental.
It's
Yeah.
mental, dude.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Yeah. Have you gone on Twitter since
I haven't been on
all of
Twitter.
this stuff?
Haven't been on Twitter since 2016.
Twitter's the craziest place on earth.
Yeah, dude. I
Like,
mean,
it's like it is it's like 50-50. On one hand you have people that are like, don't take away my rights, and then on the other hand you straight up have people being like, your body, my choice. People are actually tweeting that, like.
it's so nuts because like then you talk about it with like your boys. Like I'll talk about it with some of my buddies back in Boston, and they're like, yeah, but like past like whatever, it's kind of fucked up to have a baby. And I'm like, well, that's like saying that you shouldn't have access to like creatine. And they're like, whoa, when you put it like that,
Don't go crazy.
Hey, let's not talk about. Let's stay in the realm of reality, please. I'm like, yeah, right. No, man, it's good. I think just worried about like comedy and shit like that. Hey guys, I'll be at the Barstool Bar in Scottsdale, Arizona, December 10th. If anybody wants to go to that, I don't know why, but it should be fun. I'm gonna be talking about Zach Bryan and Brianna Chicken Fry. Have you seen all that drama?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, what's interesting about that is I was dating a girl here in LA who had just broken up with the musician, and I broke up with her, and she was like, honestly, like I'm just so glad to have like dated you because you really taught me what to look for in a relationship and like how I deserve to be treated. You're like the first guy that's ever treated me nice.
Huh.
And I was like, really? Because I've been doing like the bare minimum. That's crazy. I've just been like, listening sometimes.
Yeah.
Being very like thoughtful, paying for dinners, and like going
okay.
down on you. And then she's like, you were the first person that's been nice to me. I'm like, damn, dude. Some of these musicians, man, it's like, because I think about that where comedians, like, we don't have a muse. I think like if a comedian ever came up, if I was ever like, you're my muse, you're my inspiration, I'm like, run. because you did not want to hear the shit I'm going to talk about. It's not going to be funny.
That's
and
fair.
you know what the other thing is? Like,
Yeah.
musicians get so much time to, like, rework a song in the studio. I'm going to be up on stage being like, should I say pussy or clam? And then I have to do it 10 more times before it's actually even funny. And even then, you're still like, don't talk about it.
I guess, yeah. That's a fair point. I do think.
Oh, how
though,
those burgers, Randy? Why don't you get to grab the plates down there?
Yeah. But you take inspiration though from people now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, you're a part of one of my jokes.
I know. My mom was the first person to send it to me.
Yeah, right?
So it was on joe.ie in Ireland, like a really famous just social media account.
Irish Barstool.
Yeah, pretty much. And she sends it to me. I wake up to this DM, and it is you basically telling the world that every time I get a hand job, I propose to a girl. And my mom calls me. I text her back. I'm like, oh yeah, it's great. Alec did a good job. She calls me. She's like, oh, so tell me about these women. It's like, there's nothing to say. Alec just used my name.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I know.
You got a nice tug. You wouldn't be like, I'm going to go ring shopping. Yeah. How about that, eh? Someone tip me off at the pawn store. Right, here you go. You want some burgers?
Oh yeah.
Here you go. Show the crowd.
They're perfect.
Here's the thumbnail.
Yeah, they're perfect. I like the way you toast them as well. Like,
You like the way
Yeah.
you toast them. I was getting a lot of heat for toasting the buns.
Really? Why?
Well, I was getting a lot of heat. Do you think, come here, as an Irish person, do you think toast is a seasoning?
Yeah. Definitely.
There you go. You heard it here first.
I would eat toast by itself growing up.
That's right.
Well, obviously it's better with butter, but I would have it just by itself growing up.
White people. Famine mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Butter is a seasoning.
Butter is a seasoning.
Yeah.
That's also
absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Boom. I got my burgers. Can you hold this other thing of burgers too? Good stuff. These are going to be good. All right. Boom.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's burger time. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to eat this burger. So it's very interesting because they had like these two rooms, and these guys, like, they were so insulated from anything that was going on in New York and LA, and because stand-up was so new, they were just taking all these big chances, and like, it was really blue-collar, working-class style of comedy. Like, and you know, you grew up in like partially in Boston, you know, like the Lenny Clarks and all those guys.
Yeah.
Like, they were like the pioneers of it, and like, they were just doing it just to do it. Didn't really care, but then one day, the booker for The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson comes to this place called the Ding Ho, watches all the comedians, and he was like, every single one was unbelievable. And you got to understand, like, this is Boston. Like, it was like mayhem how much comedy was going on. Like, Lenny Clark would do like 9 sets a night at like 3 different clubs. And like,
No
you know,
way.
yeah, he'd bring an 8-ball into a cab that he'd rent for the night and just fucking go.
Are those clubs still around?
No.
They're not.
Comedy is very popular now, but there was also, like, it was so popular in the 80s that everybody started doing it and comedians just became so prevalent, which is kind of what's starting to happen now.
Yeah.
But there's so many different avenues and, like, places to get up where it's kind of now all about, like, creating a following that really engages with your content, not necessarily, like, I want to, like, the people that fuck with my stuff, I want them to be like, yeah, I am. Like, I want you to be like, yeah, I'm a friend, because, like, you know what? I do care. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this to have fun, obviously, and like joke around. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, this is something that I feel like I have no choice but to do, like
Yeah.
stand-up comedy.
I gotta say, when
2 more hugs and I would have been a banker. 2 more hugs.
Liam and I came to visit you that first time in Denver, I think that was like 2018, right? Like 6 years ago. You as a person haven't changed at all, but your comedy has.
Oh, thank you,
a
man.
ton. But it's like kind of a testament.
I haven't matured at all.
No, not really. No, you have, but you're the same guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
same dude. Remember? You guys were there when my car got stolen?
Yeah, dude, it was awful.
We went to ThriftCon in Denver, which was just like, might as well have been called like the Mecca of septum piercings.
Every girl there had tattoos.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm gonna like it here.
Yeah, that was really fun though. I still have a jacket that I bought there that I still wear to this day.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, oh, it was awesome.
And then we went, parked, went back inside, ate burritos. And I remember them being like, "Did you lock your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Besides, nobody steals cars on Sundays anyway." Walk outside, car's gone.
It was broad daylight.
Broad daylight.
Yeah. It was awful.
It was really bad, dude.
You were a trooper about it. You did call the insurance company right away. And me and Liam were like, I think in your room, while you were in the living room, kind of being like, oh man, like this is terrible for Alec. Like we don't want to be here. But you were a trooper, and after you got off with the insurance company, we went out drinking.
Of course we did.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do?
Well, yeah. I guess
You're
so.
like, all right, fuck this.
Yeah, it was like the biggest shock ever.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what, dude? I just moved here.
Yeah,
Let's go out and experience it with my Irish brethren.
it was really fun.
Did I tell you we were over in, me and Sorrento, our buddy Sorrento, who we went over and visited Liam in Dublin. But
Yeah.
we were there to go see Greta Van Fleet
Yeah.
live at fucking, I forget what it's called, Faulkner Park, something?
No, Marley Park.
Something,
So you
yeah.
were- oh no, Fairview.
Fairview Park, yeah.
Yeah.
We went, dude. We got there, immediately peeled tarp. Me and like 6 of the Irish lads just fucking lost it, dude. Really being a bad time for anyone near us.
Yeah.
And I hate being that guy at a concert, but at the same time, I didn't care. I had 6 Guinnesses in me. Didn't matter. We got to the pub, dude. And then we took our fucking shirts off again. And just there's a picture of Sorrento just sitting there with a Guinness like tarp off, like.
I heard all about it. Liam sent me a picture that night of Sorrento with his shirt off, and he was like, "Cunt's the first person to take a shirt off in this pub in history." Like it's not an old Irish man pub, but it's like nobody does that.
Yeah, no.
It did look really fun though. So one of my really good friends, Gavin, his name is Gavin Dunne. I went back to Dublin for Christmas, like a few months after you were there, and he was like, I was like, "Oh, I heard you met my friend Alec and all that. Like, how was it?" He's like, "Oh, listen," he's like, "Usually I really don't like Americans, but he was all right."
That's huge, dude.
And he
Needed
was
that.
singing your praises. Yeah, it was so funny.
We just got after it. So, like, we
Yeah.
can booze with those lads. I mean, they don't understand. Dude, we're from Boston. It's the Dublin of America.
It's the exact same thing.
It's the exact same
Yeah.
shit, dude. We used to have an inferiority complex the same way you guys do.
I went to literally your high school in Ireland.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, yeah. We did the
Belvedere
exchange
College.
program.
We have an exchange program. We're the exact same people, but just we talk different.
It's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's so good that we get to connect like this because this is what it's all about. Like, we're just grinding it out in our late 20s, and then we get to hang out here and have burgers with each other, which is nice.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I think I eat too fast, man. What's like, people are like, yeah, take a bite. You'll eat less if you eat slower. But I'm like,
Yeah.
but I want to shove, dude. I want to shovel so bad. I want to legit put on my fucking reflector vest, you know, get
Yeah.
some cones out and just shovel.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to eat.
Dude, people
Yeah.
get scared when they see me walking
Yeah.
into a Chili's. They get real worried, dude. I'm like, it's a bad day to be a Bud Light, and it's a bad day to be a 3 for $3 fucking potato skin combo.
Did you ever do the Applebee's $1 Long Island iced teas?
No, dude, I don't drink hard alcohol. So, like, that's another thing where people be like, let me buy you, like, after a show, they'll go, like, let me buy you a shot. And I'm like, I don't drink hard alcohol. And then they're like,
Yeah.
they take it as, like, this big thing. And I'm like, well, I mean, you could just buy me a beer.
Yeah.
They
Why do
all
people? Yeah. Why do people do that?
It's just like, it's an easy way to, like, get into a conversation where they're like, I have a dog, too. Ha, you talked about that. And I go, no, yeah.
Does it happen to you after every show? There's usually one person.
Yeah, but I
in the
usually
crowd?
like to hang out, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What had happened to me one time in Seattle was there was like a group of like a friend group, and then like this one guy who was like, they were both like very cool people.
Mm.
But then like they were talking about like recommendations on where to like we should all go out after. And they just started like getting into an argument. Like just words were yeah, like there's like I'm literally just watching my new friends just be super mean to each other. It's like, you ever have that when you introduce a friend into an already established friend group, and then like you could tell the vibes are bad?
Yeah. Usually it's like in college, I feel like it was every birthday
That
I
the
would
kid.
have. It was like my, like basically like Papaneset friends like you, and like Boston friends mixed with my college friends.
Yeah.
And there was always something that
Something always came up, dude. It's always the friend visiting from home who's like, oh, well, this is actually what we do all the time. And it's like, well, no, it's not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange how like there would always be beef like that. But I liked it. I always liked, you know what's good though? I feel like in my adulthood, now when I mix friends, I never have that problem. I think it's just, I'm just trying to become a really good judge of like character. Because when you move away from Boston, you get to separate from like all those super toxic ancillary friends on the side end of the group. They might be on the bench of the friend group that you don't really have to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
Now out here, if you're like, no, I'm going to get Cillian together. I'm going to get him. We're hanging out with 3 comedians too. And we're going to blah, blah, blah. Lloyd, he's a fucking scout, you know, we're getting him. Like, I think we're going to, like, and it all works out because I think we're just better judges of character. And, like, we surround ourselves with people that we really enjoy. And usually those characteristics are not super far off.
Agreed. Yeah.
This episode is sponsored, of course, by our good friends at Butter Wellness. Butter Wellness. Are you familiar with Butter Wellness?
No.
So this is a company for men's sexual health. Now, Cillian, I know you guys are used to just like, you know, shoving potatoes into your pee holes or whatever you do over in Ireland. But, you know, we're trying to get young men, or just kind of just men in general, off of these horrible dick pills and like all this other shit. So using my code WRENCH gives you 15% off at your checkout. What Butter Wellness does is they'll have these things called the Pleasure Pack. So that's a perineum massager. I know that's a big word for you, you big author guy. You know what a perineum is?
No.
It's the gooch.
Okay.
So it's a gooch massager. They just sent me this gooch massager this past week, and let me tell you, one big thumb up. One big thumb up. I love it a lot. So guys, perineum massager. You can also water-based lubricant. This is stuff that, you know, I partner with these guys. My only sponsor. Like I've said, I've turned down a lot of other shit because I think these guys, they got it going on, and I really wanted to partner with them. So please, if you support the show, if you like us, Wrench15. I mean, no, it's just Wrench at checkout for 15% off your order. The perineum massager is definitely worth it. It's fucking nuts, and I'm going to get Cillian introduced to it too.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a tangent, but yeah.
We have a super solid friend group out here.
Dude, we have an absolute squad, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts to me that, like, I live down the street from my childhood neighbor.
I know.
Like, here in LA.
Dude, it's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see we bought a jukebox? Did you help move it last night?
I helped move it last night.
Yeah, what happened?
We couldn't move it with the 3 of us, so Michael went knocking on his neighbor's doors to find, like, a man. And we found a dude who was willing to move it. He was the nicest dude ever. We moved it in like 2 seconds with 4 guys.
It's huge, isn't it?
Mark said it weighs 400 pounds.
Yeah,
Easy.
Mark bought a jukebox at the bar. They were just looking to get rid of it.
It's pretty hilarious.
It's pretty awesome, dude.
Somebody stole the money out of it, by the way. So it was sitting outside of Mark's apartment for maybe...
Was it in a bag?
It was like inside the jukebox in like one of those little metal containers, and someone found out how to open up the jukebox and stole all the money. And Mark, he doesn't know exactly how much, but he was like, probably was like $50 or something.
It was probably a lot, like enough to negate
Which is the price of the jukebox.
I know, dude. Isn't that nuts?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, we fucked up. We should have got a technician out there, but...
Yeah, Mark spoke with one.
Mark's the best, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I like, though? I'm enjoying, like, the nice, cool breeze weather we got going on in LA.
It is awesome.
It is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky to have you in my life.
Me too.
I know this is like a weird thing just to say, but, you know, as long as we've been friends, you've always been very, very, very close and very cool.
Yeah.
So
I feel the same way. I was I was just telling the lads recently that it's cool that you can have friends that are like, that have like aspirations. You know what I mean? That like, no, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, it could be something like non-artistic, but it's like if you have a guy or a girl in your life that has like a goal that they're striving for, it's going to take a long time. It's cool having that because you're like,
Inspires you.
it inspires you. Yeah, you're like, because you have bad days and you're like, oh shit, like I have bad days. I'll wake up a day and I'll be like, oh my god, like the last thing I want to do is write a fucking word.
Yeah.
And like it's gonna be, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna take hours. Like, I just can't do it. And then I like go on Instagram and you post a video that gets like 1 million hits that you've been essentially like rehearsing for months or years. I'm like, okay, I gotta lock
up
in.
my game.
Yeah,
dude.
I gotta lock in.
It's cool. No, I know, but it's cool that we get to compete. We're not crossing what's the word I'm looking for? Disciplines.
Yeah,
It's very cool because I can just be like, I wish I could write a book. That'd be sweet.
I wish I was.
If you could write a book about anything, what would it be?
about anything.
Yeah.
Or if I could write a book about anything, it would actually be about Lynyrd Skynyrd and the Lynyrd Skynyrd plane crash.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm just like, I love Lynyrd Skynyrd so much, but I'm just like obsessed with the fact that their band was like 17 members, and this one event wiped out like over half of them, and they still kept playing, and they weren't as good. But it's like, that's like kind of, I don't know. I feel like that tugs on my heartstrings a little bit, but it's also like kind of awesome at the same time. Like it's
They had to keep playing.
yeah, it's like that movie like We Are Marshall, like same shit, plane crash, like only a few survived that like weren't on the plane.
Only Matthew McConaughey could have brought that team back.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like, it's a sad idea, but it's also like when you start at rock bottom, everything that you do to level up is like kind of electric, and every milestone that you hit, the audience is like, fuck yeah, like they were at ground zero and now they're at 1 and 2 and 3. So I'd love to do something like that, but like I don't know how to do it yet. I'm not a good enough writer to do something like that yet. I think that would take a little bit more time.
Yeah, I find that sometimes when I'm writing, man, like with writing, dude, especially writing books, you probably just have to, like, you just don't know until other people read it, and reading it and sitting down and sitting with a work is so much different than. I get an immediate reaction whether or not stuff's good or bad, which I'm very thankful for, but because I constantly need validation. But if I sat there and I had to like watch somebody read a book, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That's like when I show somebody a movie and I just look at them and I'm like, "You having fun?"
Yeah, it's kind of like
I don't know. The movie's not over yet. You know what I've also noticed, and this is kind of unrelated, dude. Like nobody wants to see nudes as an adult.
nudes.
Yeah.
It's just like getting like a nude. Like,
well, no, not getting one, but like I had a buddy who just was like, "Dude, check this out," and I'm like, "Hey, we're in the middle of Chipotle.
yeah.
Do you mind?" I get it.
It loses its appeal the older you get.
Like so much loses the appeal.
Yeah, it loses its appeal, but it shouldn't.
What do you mean it
Right?
shouldn't? No, this is disgusting.
Like, well, no, not the act of like receiving a nude and showing your friends, but seeing like a naked chick.
Yeah.
If you're a straight guy, should be pretty consistent your whole life.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. But like, I almost feel as though you're betraying someone's trust when you show me a nude of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
True.
hey, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm also it'll just be so completely unprompted.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, yeah, I don't know, dude, my dad's not doing so hot, but look at these cans.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you're like, all right.
Like, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And they're like, yeah, they're his. That's how big they got from the thing, so they gotta take them. They gotta cut around.
You just trick your buddy. And
Yeah. Wow, you just liked my dad's tits.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of weird of you to
You're
do.
fucking disgusting.
You're disgusting
Yeah.
and wrong.
I do know a guy, my old college roommate.
Who had huge knockers?
No, he had one of his buddies like took a screenshot of his sister and like zoomed in and showed him the zoomed in picture. Was like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, she's a rocket." And then pulled out and it was his sister, and he freaked out.
Yeah, that's a reasonable response.
I know, like, but yeah.
Yeah, freak out.
Yeah.
I would immediately spaz. What do you mean? That's
Yeah,
a
you freaked out.
crazy move,
Yeah,
dude.
it was crazy. Yeah.
I know this was just like at a pregame, someone's playing Beerio Kart, and they was like, hey, guess what?
Pretty
Like,
much.
what?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. It was fucked up. I don't have any plans for the rest of the weekend. I'm going back to Ireland in like 3 weeks.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving?
No, we're going to Mexico for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, we're going
Right
to
after
Ensenadas.
Mexico, I'm going to Ireland on December 2nd.
I'm excited for that. What days are we, like, on Thanksgiving Day?
It'll be,
Do we go for 1 day or 2? I don't really know the plans.
We got to figure it out with the guys, because I don't know, I doubt either of us are going to be driving. My car's fucked.
I don't want to drive my car.
But,
We'll just drive Mark's truck.
yeah, Mark did it last year, but last year we did like the day before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving Day and night, and then we left on the Friday.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I'm not gonna lie, like Ensenada's really small. The first night was awesome. Second night was awesome too, but like you are feeling it.
What do you mean you're feeling it?
On that Friday, you're like, get me back to America. It's a lot.
What's the food? Is it just all tacos?
All tacos. They've normal food there, obviously, but like the bar, like there's like in Ensenada, there's like a strip of bars up this one street, and then there's like a side street with some good bars too. And pretty much every bar has like a taco place next to it that you can drink your drinks at the bar, keep your table, go to the taco place, bring your tacos back to the bar. And then, so it's like, we basically go to this place called Who's Songs in Ensenada. It's like the oldest bar in the city. Really fun. We go, we sit down, we get a table, and then we just start drinking. And every time you get hungry, one person gets up, goes next door, buys 12 tacos, comes back, everybody eats like 2 or 3 tacos. And then you just do that for like 6 or 7 hours.
6 or 7 hours?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like an all-day
Here's what
affair.
we do. I'm down to do this, but I think on the ride home, we have to stop at the beach, sea talks, then continue the drive.
Yeah, we didn't do that last year, and it was a mistake.
Yeah, that's what I've done before. That's like, I've realized that now on a lot of summer trips. If you're near the water, make the detour.
Yeah.
It's worth it. And then you'll get back in the car and you're like, I feel 10 times better.
Yeah, dude, because nothing feels worse than driving back
Get in the
from...
water, piss, shit, come,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Nice.
yeah, I think that's about it. Guys, hey, see me December 10th at the Barstool Bar. I can't believe I'm going to that.
That'll be fun.
That'll be so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cillian, got anything else coming out?
Nothing coming out imminently, just the Panama book whenever that does come out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Follow him on social media, Cillian Dunne, and please like and subscribe to this channel. But yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Hey, thanks, sir. That was fun. Okay.